I can't put to my tea.
Well.
Well.
Oh, man. It feels good to be back.
To be back, yeah.
Yeah, look at us.
I feel smooth in here.
Really?
Yeah.
It's like I'm being like cradled
Mm-hmm.
by this.
It's like being at home.
I know. Well, it is literally my home.
It is your home,
So,
yeah.
hold on.
Hold on, let him.
Let me
Lighting?
cook. Let me cook. Oh, man. Oh, Narek, what have we been up to? When was the last time we recorded an episode?
You know, first of all, no one will notice that we missed a week. But we missed a week.
I was contemplating saying it. I was like,
We're so busy.
just weighing it out.
We're so busy that we're irresponsible.
I feel like that's almost a good thing, though.
It's not.
Well, it's like,
We missed over a week of recording podcast. Oh, let me give everyone a warning.
yeah.
Sorry, I'm a little congested. For some reason, I emptied the trash. We had an episode. I emptied the trash on my laptop because I ran out of storage. I opened up my folder for the podcast, and all the bounced files and all the audio files are gone,
Can I say something?
which is insane.
I didn't
Because we
say-
recorded them on my laptop.
I didn't say this to you when I saw the files.
Yeah.
But I saw them and I thought, this guy has no idea what he's doing.
Why?
Your organization is insane.
It's not bad at all.
It's terrible.
It's not bad at all.
You're working on everything on your desktop, no?
Yeah.
What? Okay.
No. I backed up some of the stuff on my hard drive,
Yeah.
but my Pro Tools files are all basic. I tried uploading them. It was taking so long that I had to leave. I had to leave the house. I had to pack up my stuff and leave.
Okay, so I'm not judging you.
Judge me.
I am judging you. What? Okay, so today is what?
Yeah.
Today's March 17th.
Yeah.
On your desktop,
The oldest file.
what is the oldest song that you have on there?
The first one I did when I got
No
the laptop.
way.
Yeah.
All of them.
All of them.
That's crazy.
Well, I have all my Ableton files uploaded very easily, but for some reason the Pro Tools
When you say
sessions,
uploaded
yeah.
to iCloud or
So-
where?
Dude, it's annoying because I don't want it to upload to my iCloud, but it automatically starts uploading things onto my iCloud. So I have to take it off my iCloud. I don't want it on my
You
iCloud.
can turn that off.
I know. I just didn't get around to it. I hate file management. I hate file management because I just want it to be where it is and things automatically happen. I don't know why, but I don't want it to happen. I probably set it up like right when I got my laptop and it does it.
It's
I'm
like
just,
you
you know
set
what it
it
is?
up. You set it up when you get your laptop. You're like, oh, this is a cool setting. This will be nice.
No,
This
you
will
know
be
what
nice for
happened?
me."
It asked me to add more storage space in my iCloud. I'm like, okay, that's fine. I need the storage. And then it just started, I'm not joking, randomly choosing what it uploads to my iCloud. So like there's like half the things there. And then it eventually got full. That being said, the TalkBox episodes, they have been backed up after
Wow.
I lost all the files.
Well,
I don't know what happened. All the files got lost.
Yeah.
All the bounced files, all the audio files of even the old episodes, which is crazy because I only deleted things from my downloads folder and we recorded the episodes directly into my desktop.
Right.
So it makes no sense why they're gone. And all my other files are fine.
Just checking. Sorry.
All my other files are fine. So I don't know what happened, but we missed a week. Moral of the story. We missed a week because we had an episode that got deleted and we were very busy.
It's okay. Also, the lighting in there was not great.
It was a fun episode.
Maybe
though.
I should check that.
What episode
Dude,
was
that
it?
was not a fun episode.
What episode
That was
was
not a
it?
fun
Was
episode
it
for me. It was
tangent?
a fun episode for you.
Why?
So we started the episode and then you asked me a very serious question and I was going through it and you asked me like a real question. Like you hit me with a stinger
We
that I
hate
was
those.
not prepared for.
Yeah, we hate those.
And it was like, what is it actually like living in LA? And it hit me. I almost started crying.
No,
Like
you didn't.
I swear to God, I almost started crying.
No way.
Yeah, bro. It was tough. It hit me in the wrong spot. I was like, oh man, I'm not
Poor guy.
prepared for that. I know. We've had some revelations. Some people have moved. Some people have wanted to come back.
It's been a choppy road, man. You know what it is? It's crazy because everyone, what we've seen is people come here and then they complain, move somewhere else. But no. I'm not trying to point anyone out.
Yeah.
It's very difficult living in LA.
very hard.
You have conversations about it with people who are from LA and people who are not from LA. It's very difficult. People want to move. They end up moving. Some people like it when they move.
Yeah.
But then some people move. Most want to come back because either lack of opportunity of work or whatever it is. Maybe it's just boring. I don't know.
Well, I
but a
think
lot of people seem like they want to move here.
the number one thing,
Move back as well.
and we've said it a billion times.
Yeah.
It's a roller coaster. When you're taking
You
on
have to go through the ebbs and flows,
when you're
yeah.
taking on the workflow and the lifestyle of a creative, there's gonna be highs and there's gonna be lows,
Yeah.
and that's the point of it.
That's the whole point.
That's the
That's a
whole
test.
point.
Yeah, it's a
you know,
test.
is that you get the highs,
Yeah.
so you need the lows, and
Yeah.
then some people get to the lowest of lows, and they're like, I can't do this. Little do they know, I'm like the Hulk. I'm always at my lowest. I'm always at my
Stay
lowest.
low. You don't need to get high. But I am very fortunate that I have family here and that I have a support system. But the thing that we talk about is that if you don't have that, looking for some kind of support system or looking for friends and making connections with people and growing some kind of community. You know, there's a ton of little communities of like artists, engineers, and producers that do things throughout the city. And, you know, teaming up with those people, especially if they're good people and you have a good feeling about them, not out of necessity, like you need someone, but having a good feeling, not letting your judgment be swayed by your emotions. That is like the most important thing to have any kind of support system. You know, we're each other's support system. I have my family's support system. And I honestly don't know what I would do. I don't know what I would do without you. In this career, at least, because you need someone that knows what you're going through. We are the only two people that know what we're going through, especially since we obviously work together on a lot of projects. But not only that, you know, like just life in general, just being down and getting screwed. Trying not to curse. Getting screwed, is that a bad word? On clients, the industry, you know. So it's great having someone.
And on that bombshell, this is TalkBox.
What is our...
Welcome to TalkBox.
TalkBox. Is it the TalkBox or TalkBox?
No, it just has to be TalkBox.
TalkBox?
TalkBox.
Okay.
TalkBox.
TalkBox?
TalkBox.
TalkBox.
TalkBox?
TalkBox.
Okay. It can be loose. It can be free.
Okay.
TalkBox.
TalkBox?
TalkBox.
Okay.
TalkBox.
TalkBox?
TalkBox.
This is
TalkBox.
TalkBox?
TalkBox. TalkBox.
TalkBox?
TalkBox.
This is TalkBox. Yeah. That's not bad. That's
Not
pretty
bad
good.
at all. Yeah.
This is
TalkBox.
TalkBox. Yeah. Isn't it crazy that little, it's like memorable, you know? It's
I
like,
actually love our logo. Fiverr. I love our logo. I love our theme song. You know what? We're going to, in 2024, I'm trying to stop cursing. In 2024, we move in silence.
that's how we've been coping.
That's how we've been
It's
coping.
March. It's March. We've been saying it for the past 3 months. I was gonna say,
Yeah, what are we?
I'm Matchi.
Oh, Narek.
And I think a perfect way to start today's episode.
Yeah.
Can we talk about file management?
Oh no.
Real
no,
into the grits,
seriously, no.
into the grits,
We can't-
into the
we're not talking about
dirty. Give me 5 minutes to give a rundown.
Okay, we
Quick
can do it for
rundown.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
But let me tell you
5
what my
minutes.
file management has been like.
Okay.
Obviously, it's a mess.
Okay.
All I do is I separate by category. Yours is much more complex, I know. I separate by give a brief description when you give a description. I separate by category, just my Pro Tools projects, and then inside my Pro Tools projects, you'll see the artist. If you open the artist names, it has the date and the song, the name of the song. And then those are the Pro Tools sessions and all the info. But I don't categorize it by date. Like I don't have year or date because a lot of those projects are ongoing with the same artist. What you need to do is back up each year or each project or each month, whatever, on different drives and then go like that. But I have it for the podcast, Pro Tools projects, Ableton projects, and then like miscellaneous projects. That's it.
It's a little unhinged.
Yeah, it's like basic file management.
Here's what I do. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Music.
Yeah.
This is the easy one.
Oh, I have a music. Yeah. This is all inside my music folder. I have other folders. This is inside my music folder.
Okay, sure. But I'm talking because I have music, photo, and video that I have to get through. So music, I don't do anything on my desktop because when I started, I worked on my old Dell XPS 13 that I was using for college, and then I made in Ableton. You have projects, you have project folders, and then you have sets, right? Which is, and the project is like your main folder, and then the set is your subfolder that has the specific arrangement in it. So when you change something in that and then you resave it, you're saving a new set to the project, right?
Nightmare.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
This guy literally worked in Ableton. Okay.
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
Okay, so when I started, I saved every single song I ever did to the same project.
Oh my
I
gosh.
I'm not kidding.
No way.
Maybe over 100 songs to the same project.
That's insane.
Yeah, I know. It was
But
just.
I hate that. I hate,
it was all
I hate
called
the way
beats.
Ableton. I hate
It was
Ableton's.
all called beats. It was so funny.
I hate
because,
the way
like,
they organize projects.
going back and then like when you're in Ableton, you have to collect all and save, and like that's another
The
thing.
fact that
If
that
you don't
doesn't
know what
do it
you're doing,
automatically.
if you don't know what you're doing and you drag in a file, but you don't
Collect all and
you
save.
don't collect all and save, and you're pulling in a sample from a hard drive, and you don't save it, and you don't have the hard drive connected, then you won't get access to.
You don't
that
have those
sample.
files. Yeah.
Yeah, and so
That's by the way, when I was younger, when I first started, I was like, what? I would open up old files. I'm like, what is happening? What is happening to my project? Like my old projects, like the nostalgia, the ones that you love,
Yeah.
no longer there.
Yeah.
They don't exist.
And
so
so
sad.
That's actually crazy because a few months ago, I was going through and I was going on a nostalgia trip. I plugged in my old laptop. It took me like 20 minutes to power it on because the battery's dead. And so I was just going off of the in-wall power, and I like hunted for this one sample, and I pulled it and I sent it to the person that was looking for it, and they were like, "Oh my God, how did you find this?" I went, it was exactly where I thought it would be, in my Beats folder, which is where every single song
You just send them the entire Beats
the
folder?
entire Tower Road
Yeah.
made in one project.
Oh my
Beats,
goodness.
called Beats. Anyway, and so that was the original thing, and then I bought the first professional purchase I made was a
Lazy hard drive.
1 terabyte Lacy hard drive.
Lacy's are cool. I like the Samsung SSDs, honestly.
Yeah, so this is my baby. Not because it's good, but because
They're good.
I saw in a Mine, like GQ, you know when they do like 10 things I can't live without? One of the things he did was a Lacy hard drive. And
I
so
also, yeah.
this, the fact that it has this orange rubber coating, it's iconic.
It's a marketing point,
It's
man.
the biggest
because
marketing
you'll see Kenny Beats with like 10 of these on his
Yeah.
fucking desk, and you'll be like, I need
I
this.
need that.
Yeah, I need this.
Right? But then look, this one says 12 feet tall. Rest in peace. Anyway, okay, my 5 minutes. Okay,
Yeah.
so
It
all
already
of
ended.
my music is stored on the hard drive.
Right.
It's split up between my old production duo, 12 feet tall.
Mm-hmm.
Even the stuff we do now is still stored in my 12 feet tall production stuff. So maybe I need to fix that.
That's like a production
But I
folder.
had original songs in one folder, and then I had artists I worked with in another folder, and beats I did on another folder. And then in the artists, obviously a breakdown by each artist.
Right.
And then I don't need to go beyond that. So when I click on the
Don't you
artist
do it by
folder,
dates though?
for beats,
For beats, right?
beats.
Right. Yeah, the like October beats, December beats, whatever it is.
it doesn't make sense to do that for artists.
No. I remember seeing
I'm
it.
just
Yeah,
saying,
I remember seeing it
I'm just saying it doesn't make sense to do that for artists because there's some artists we work with where
for like
we'll
a 3-month span.
we'll start a song. We started a song for one artist in like November,
right.
right? I'm not gonna keep going to November 2023 to
Yeah.
work on a song in March
Yeah,
2024.
that's sort of why I have mine the way I do without the dates. Because it takes a long time.
Sure.
I'm getting bullied.
So functionally, what you should be doing,
Right.
because if that hard drive corrupts, I am screwed. I need to back it up. I used
I
to
hate
back
that you
it
have to
up.
back up the backup. So annoying. And like my computer,
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying my computer is reliable as it destroyed my episode, but I probably messed something up. But my computer is reliable enough.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't touch those folders, a brand new Mac, I'm highly doubtful that it's gonna corrupt.
Right. Yeah.
Especially like you have like years probably
Mm-hmm.
until something maybe goes wrong, or maybe you break your laptop. Right? That's
Yeah.
like the fear. You spill water, you break it, or something. But honestly, I'm very comfortable with it being on there. Maybe I'm insane, but I've been thinking about backing up for literally months. I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna start on a fresh.
You just need to go to Best Buy and pick up a Lacy.
I have a
carbon copy
I
it.
have a Samsung SSD.
I know, but are you ever tempted to use that SSD?
Yeah, I use it.
You use it,
Yeah,
but you don't
I've
want to
backed
use
up a
it.
lot of the projects on there.
Really?
Yeah,
What you need is just a clone drive that you never touch besides just using it as a backup.
exactly. So I need a second backup, is
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Yeah, maybe
okay, yeah,
this will be
yeah.
like my transfer, and then I have a second backup.
Here's our boy. Shout out Lou. Master by Lou on
Master
Instagram.
by Lou.
He has it's called like Carbon Copy Cloner or something.
Okay.
Carbon Cloner or something. And
There's
it's a program.
services. Yeah, there's services.
It's a program. It's a software that you plug in a hard drive and it partitions the drive. And so all it does is it's just a straight backup. Straight
Online.
backup.
Yeah.
No. To a drive.
Oh, to a drive.
To a drive. It's just a software that copies over every single file because if you copy over things just dragging and dropping,
Right.
you won't necessarily copy over everything, which is complicated because like there's some things with like file path. So even if I copy over, if I don't go in there and reset the file path, I'll have to do it manually whenever I open that session because it'll be pulling from the original file path, which I've deleted because I'm using it as a backup. So it'll be like, anyway, so that's really annoying unless you have something like carbon copy. I think it resets the file paths.
Listen, there are online services that you could pay for monthly that will be like essentially like a very good storage system, but you're not necessarily supposed to drag and bring it back all the time. They're like, you leave it there. It's like an archive. It's essentially an archive. I remember seeing a producer do this once, or engineer, and they pulled up this archive and it looked so good. And you just pay for it monthly. It's always going to be there, you know, unless the company shuts down, you know, but like unlikely. It's a very big storage system.
It's interesting you say that because that's another thing I use for storage is DropBox. Yeah. And I know some people, I was about to call out another big one that a lot of people use that I was not about to make enemies with. But there are other
services.
There are like two other main ones for musicians, and one of them is Google Drive. The other one is a great software that I will not name.
What? For storage?
FilePass.
Oh, what's wrong with FilePass?
I don't like it.
You don't store things there though.
But you use it's the same way that I use Dropbox to deliver.
Oh, sure. I mean, I like the delivery system.
I don't.
I know. The desktop, if you do it off a deskttop, go to the website, sometimes it's finicky on the phone.
It's very finicky on the phone because like when you want to reset, like
it doesn't reset. Like
that's the only thing that bothers me.
Yeah. If you don't have good service, it's like a nightmare.
Whatever. I don't want to make enemies with FilePass.
They're so good.
They're
They're so good.
They're good people. So I don't want to. Anyway, so there's two main cloud-based storage options, which are Dropbox and Google Drive. Okay, you looked there was like a blank. I was like, I didn't get any feedback from you, so I was like, if you have the money, get Dropbox. Don't use Google Drive.
Oh, really?
Google Drive
sort of blows. Yeah.
They actually just updated it. So when you would upload waves, Google File Scanner, the virus scanner, would not be able to scan the file, so you couldn't stream the song.
Yeah, that's why no artist or producer wants you to send, like, if you're sending shit to like good like high-end producers or whatever, like they do not want Google Drive links. Do not send Google Drive links to anyone if you're like working within the industry or within a professional realm. No one ever wants Google. I always get Google Drive links from like young artists, but do not send Google Drive links. Either Dropbox or WeTransfer, whichever one.
But now Google has sort of waived that, so you can go, don't scan this,
right, and
it'll play. But I still just kind of hate the UI.
No, it's annoying because sometimes it doesn't even let you download it. You have to go to you have to open up another tab. Oh man, that was a big pop on that. You have to open up another tab and then it'll allow you to download it. And sometimes you have to wait for it to download within your email. But that actually brings me to a very interesting topic. I think it would be very beneficial for people to hear, especially if you're beginning as a producer or engineer, what services we use to transfer files, what professional people expect from like file transfers and storage. So we already talked about storage, like Dropbox, Google Drive.
Can I keep going?
Yeah.
Let me just say my piece.
Say my piece, yeah.
The last piece, because I've already talked about music.
Okay. Oh, video. This is big.
Photo is the easy one because I use Lightroom Cloud. So shout out Lightroom Cloud. If you're a Lightroom Classic user, I don't like you. I don't care if you think it's more professional. I don't like it. It's like it's Pro Tools. It's Pro Tools versus Ableton.
Oh, hilarious!
Basically, and so Pro Tools is Lightroom Classic, and everybody. Oh, I use Lightroom Classic. I hate it. It looks terrible, and I hate it, and it doesn't have cloud features. So in my Lightroom Cloud, I have 25,000 photos.
Oh wow!
And
how much storage do you get?
I pay for 2 terabytes.
Oh okay.
And I'm maybe at like 900 gigabytes,
oh,
800
wow, nice.
gigabytes, but like maybe 50% of those photos are duds. So
what is the payment?
Adobe. What do you mean? What is it?
What is how much do you have to pay for the storage?
I want to say, because I pay for Photoshop and Lightroom and the cloud storage, maybe it's either $15 or $20 a month.
Oh man, that's great.
Yeah.
Can you upgrade? You could upgrade the amount of storage you get as well, or is this just
yeah. So initially you get, I think it's either 100 gigabytes, 10 or 100 gigabytes, which for a lot of people is fine.
Yeah.
But as a professional photographer, I need the extra cloud storage. So I pay for the additional 2 terabytes.
Right.
So I have 2 terabytes with with Adobe, and I have
Right.
2 terabytes with Dropbox.
Right. But I see the files that he just drags in. Sometimes it's like literally like 60 gigabytes.
Yeah, so that's
video is
exactly,
video is
exactly.
ins- you need so much, like so many hard drives for video.
Yeah.
It's insane.
So I switch between. I have 2 floating SSDs where I do all of my video projects on.
Right.
So I have one. I think they're T5s actually.
The Google the
Samsung
G drives.
Samsung.
Okay.
The tough
Right,
ones.
right.
The tough ones. Let me pull it up.
Yeah. That one right there. Yeah.
I'll pull both so you can see the color
I
coding.
think I have the T7.
So
Yeah, I
these
like
are the tough ones.
The
so
T7.
they're the same things. Does it say? Oh, it does.
T7.
These
yeah.
are the T7 shields.
Yeah, they have them without the shielding on it. By the way, I had a Seagate with all my samples on it, and I know it's very tempting to get the Seagate. Okay, I had my entire contact library on there, which was like 100 gigabytes or more. It was like an insane amount, and my sample libraries. I dropped it once from like 2 feet, like it fell from like the bottom of my hand to the floor, completely destroyed. They're so cheap.
That's so
They're
devastating.
and they're the temptation is that they're cheaper, right? And they look nice. The texture is sort of nice. It is very cheap. If you drop it, it will break. It will break. Do not get them. Invest like 30, 40 more dollars. Get a Samsung SSD. It also, the download and upload speed is so much faster. Also, same with the Lacy. The Lacy is very protected and it's sturdy.
Yeah, the T7s are great. That's all I would
T7s
ever
are
use.
awesome, man.
That's all I would ever use.
They're like close to $100, right? Each.
Yeah, I would just say ballpark.
terabyte?
Expect to get 1 terabyte SSD for $100.
Yeah, around, yeah.
Sometimes the T7 shields are slightly more expensive, and like you don't need to buy them.
No,
but I
you could
like
also
that.
buy like a plastic.
You can get like a bumper.
That's what I did. Mine,
Yeah.
the one that I bought didn't have it, so I bought a bumper for like $10.
When I bought these, the shields were actually on sale for cheaper than the
thing itself.
the normal ones.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, let me just pick up the shields.
And they go on sale from time to time, so it's
Yeah.
like you can grab like 3 of them
80,
for the price. Yeah, you can
90
grab the
bucks.
price of like 3 of them.
It's very good. Anyway, so I switch because when I'm dealing with video, no project I'm working on is less than 30 gigabytes. Upwards of 100 to 150 gigabytes,
Right? Yeah.
which is just like
I don't know how. I would
ridiculous.
hate doing video.
It's
Man.
like-
So much time with storage and file management.
So since I've moved to LA, not only have I had like a money inflation where everything is just like money means nothing to me
Yeah.
now. Like $15 for lunch, that's fine. That's normal. You know, we were talking about when we went to Kava.
Yeah.
Oh, it's $14 for lunch. That's not bad. You
Yeah.
know, it's like
And they were telling me like in Washington, that's like a
the cheapest, the most expensive thing on the menu is like $12. Anyway, so I've had like a cash inflation thing happen, but also data inflation.
right.
So like now I'm just dealing with like
I literally have like 2 hard drives.
every photo I take is 70 megabytes. Every video I take is like 20 to 30 gigabytes, and it's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous. Anyway, so
Let's get into the transfer system.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
So when you're when you're working with your friends, everything is cool. Like literally anything goes. Google Drive link, literally anything. We already brushed up on it in a second.
yeah,
But when you meet producers that dish out things to artists and managers and labels, there's really only 2 to 3 ways that I've seen it done that people will literally tell you to do. Like they'll tell you like, don't send me Google Drive links. I see that all the time on Instagram posts with messages of people with formal emails. Do not send Google Drive links. They either want WeTransfer, which is I think the best. I think WeTransfer is the best.
I don't like WeTransfer.
Sure. If
Well,
you have
it's
Dropbox, it's faster to do. Dropbox is also phenomenal. Ideally, maybe Dropbox is the best, but
Can I just say it's different for music and photo video because
it takes a really long time.
because with WeTransfer you need to download. There's not like the preview system doesn't work super well on
Yeah.
phone. And so with Dropbox, when you send photos or videos through it and you can preview them before you download, that's like essential.
Right, but for not paying for something, I think WeTransfer is the best.
Sure.
Because for like what you have up to 2 gigabytes free.
Yeah, per transfer.
Per transfer, you have up to 2 gigabytes free, and it's very organized. You download it; it gets downloaded the same way in a zip file that you sent it, and then the person can open it up, and it's super easy. The only thing is that you have to wait if you have a large file, like close to 2 gigabytes, and your internet connection is not that great. I remember sometimes we used to be at the studio. It would take like an hour to transfer a session. Like it would literally take like an hour to. You'd have to sit there and wait for the session to transfer to the client, and it would literally take an
man.
hour.
Oh man.
But that being said, you have Dropbox. I use WeTransfer. And
Dropbox is
FilePass.
goated.
Dropbox is
no
the
way.
best. Like if you send things
Yeah.
with a clean layout on Dropbox, that is like the most ideal for most people.
Yeah.
The download is easy. The preview is very easy.
So what I love the most about Dropbox is that I can make, let's say I work with someone multiple times. So we've been working with an artist recently, and let's say at one gig they hire me for, I do video, and then I also have photos from that gig, and then I also do another gig with video and another gig with photos. I can have a main folder with that artist's name, and then in that I can have subfolders of the projects, and then in that I can have subfolders of videos and photos.
Right.
And then I can just send them, every time I do a new gig, I can just send them the main folder with everything in it.
Right. Or they can pin it or something.
Yeah, so they can always just access all of the files that
you can continuously upload it, and if they have it, they have access to whatever you're uploading, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
That's great.
So nice.
How much is Dropbox, do you know?
$10 a month.
For how much storage?
2 terabytes.
Oh wow, that's
Okay,
listen. Everyone get Dropbox. That's a really good price.
It's
I'll
phenomenal.
pay more. I'll literally pay more just for more storage.
I'm not kidding. I've met maybe 3 people that use Dropbox.
Really?
Yeah.
What does everyone use?
You know what? I've never actually had anything delivered by anyone. Like I'm never the one delivered.
I always receive like WeTransfer or Google Drive.
It's
unfortunately,
I've only ever gotten WeTransfer. For me, it's always WeTransfer.
Yeah, it's just easy, I guess, and it's free.
It's all right.
It's free.
The number one go-to transfer method. AirDrop. I'm sorry.
Unless
if
your
you have,
internet's weird.
If you have a PC, if you have a Windows PC, throw it away.
Throw it in the garbage. Yeah.
If you have like a Lenovo laptop and you're cooking up on FL on a Lenovo, burn it. Burn it. Get a MacBook
AirDrop
right
me that
now.
beat. How often do we use AirDrop? Like, AirDrop me that. AirDrop me. Like when we're doing beats with artists and we're going back and forth.
All the time.
Yeah, it's so convenient.
Not only that, I think it's best.
Fast.
My number one thing for AirDrop that I couldn't do originally is that I can AirDrop myself photos.
Oh, nice.
So I can.
Oh, from your phone?
From my laptop to my phone.
Oh, yeah.
So like before, what I had to do was upload it to Dropbox and then access the Dropbox folder from my phone and then download it.
Right.
And it took like 3 minutes per photo or something, but now it takes literally 5 seconds.
Right. And I think another really important thing to talk about is when you first start charging people, you, as an engineer or producer, whatever it is, you have no idea how to secure payment. Like you either tell them to Venmo you first, but people don't want to Venmo you first, or you don't want to come off weird, so you don't talk about money.
Yeah.
But what you can do is what I do is like a file management system or a file security system through FilePass, basically. FilePass is a service where you can, it can act as a storage or like an archive for your uploads, but they're usually very small files. They're just bounces.
Right.
They're just bounces of WAV files for mixes and masters that I have.
That's about 55 to 70 megabytes per wave.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So and you get a good amount of, let's say you get a good amount of storage. Like you're not going to use that. It's going to take you years to fill up that storage. But the cool part is that you can customize each deliverable, and they can see the waveform. They can see the whole waveform. They can leave timestamped comments on that file, and also they could preview it on there. So you can deny access for them to download the file if they haven't paid you. So there's an option to either allow the client to download the file or not download the file until payment is completed, and then you could set the payment. And I don't believe there is a fee to transfer your money from your FilePass to your bank account. So it's pretty great for that reason. I know that another service that does that, but you have to sort of get admitted into it. I feel like, I don't know what it's like now, but I did this a while ago, is Engineers. Engineers does that, and you could also like A/B your project, but I believe the monthly fee is higher if you want to like keep all, they take like a certain percentage of the earnings you get through the website.
Oh, it's like Sound Better.
Sure, yeah, it's like that.
Sure, yeah.
But FilePass is just like a transferring system essentially, and like,
yeah.
But it's great. The timestamped comments are really cool. Even though I send to artists the file, I tell them you can leave timestamped, like exactly when you want it, comments on this session, and they end up texting me. Like the next thing is them texting me the notes. Like, please don't text me the notes. Like I'm gonna have to look at my notes, my text every time I want to make a revision.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm gonna have to guess where.
You know what? I had that happen yesterday too. Actually, one of our friends sent me a bounce, and I was giving them notes and then also talking about things related to the project, like
Right.
who was going to be on the project, what was happening. And then I proceeded to give more notes. So then it's just a wall of like
Info.
info.
And it could be a lot of notes.
Chit chat, note. And
Yeah.
I'm like, man, this is chaos. Like I'm the
Yeah.
one doing it and I'm like, I feel bad.
So I think for like around, if you have, if you want to, it's also very professional. Like when I show people that don't know about it, they love it. They think it's really professional and it's very easy to transfer files. It's not like an MP3 that they're getting on their phone if you're texting it to them. So I would say that if you want to spend around $24 a month, I think that's around the package that I pay. It's plenty of storage. You have a safe transfer method of payment and files and sending wave files. I think it's a great service. FilePass is absolutely amazing.
Can I say one thing?
What's up?
Do not ever try to send a wave or a legitimate bounce
Through
or a
text.
legitimate export through text, because
It's not a wave.
on iPhone it will destroy. It will destroy the audio. It'll destroy the
It's
video.
M4A. It's not a.
It's M4A file.
Yeah, it's not a.
So like
wave
even
file.
if you think like even as you're sending, you will drag and drop the wave file
It automatically
into the text
compresses it.
message, automatically compresses it. So there's no way that you will send a clean bounce through text message.
How many professional placements do you think have been done like that? Like a producer will send a beat through an iPhone and then they'll upload that beat onto the recording engineer will
Dude,
get that
that's
beat,
so-
put it on their Pro Tools session, and then record like a like
There's got to be a bunch.
top hip hop.
There's
top,
got to be a
top.
bunch.
There has to be
There's
so
gotta be a
many.
bunch. You know, I was crazy. This reminds me of like, so when I first bounced the masters for my first album,
Yeah.
I remember like being super anal about which files were being transferred where.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, these are being transferred to the desktop. I will make copies of these and transfer them to the hard drive as backups.
Mm-hmm.
However, I will not take the backups and upload those because maybe in the copying process, I've lost some sort of fidelity,
Right,
even
right.
though you don't.
Right.
Right? Even if you did, it's inaudible.
I never, it's sad to say that I learned about all those things through you. You're like, don't send me I would send him just to listen to my mixes. He's like, I'll send it as a text because I don't want to create a file pass link. You have to upload it and create like a file pass link to send to someone, which is also really cool. You could text them the link and that's how they have access to it. It's a really nice UI, at least over the desktop. It's not great over the phone. It doesn't work great over the phone. But you'd ask for those. And I'm like, dude, can I just text it to you? He's like, it's compressed. It's compressed audio. Nerd.
Oh man, dude, something that's so funny.
But I agree, it does make a
I
difference.
sent a Dropbox link, and the people that were watching it didn't realize that the video I sent, like through Dropbox, they didn't realize that the stream was a compressed version.
Right.
So it was like they'd been watching it for like 2 weeks at this point, and then I went, if you download the video onto your phone and then look at it, and they did it, and they were like, oh my god. I'm like, the whole time you've been watching the compressed
video,
version?
it's a lot more apparent though. Honestly, I must say, compared to audio,
Right.
video, it's very apparent when you have compressed video. Especially if you work in social media, you know that when you upload, like you'll do like a great job. Even this podcast, we'll record the episodes. You should see what it looks like on Matchi's laptop versus when we upload it to Instagram.
Yeah.
Like when we upload it to Instagram, I think it loses like 30% of its fidelity. It's a huge difference. It can look like a 4K video. It's literally sometimes like a 4K video on your end, and then it'll go down to like what looks like 720.
You know what's crazy? I could have my Lou moment right now where I could bust out and tell you about like different types of compression, video compression, and like the proper bit rate.
I'd recommend if you didn't.
And the codec for like the compression codec to make sure that it compresses properly. Oh man. Wouldn't that be crazy though?
That would be so awful.
Isn't that crazy?
But yeah, FilePass. FilePass is great. Shout out to FilePass. We have Dropbox, FilePass.
FilePass is good.
WeTransfer.
Look, I'm just telling you, you can make a dog shoes. You can make a terrible beat, and if you deliver it to someone through Dropbox or FilePass,
They'll be impressed.
Not Google Drive, people will.
You have a
there.
15% chance. It's 15% better already.
Yeah.
And also make sure when you're sending the files that they are the uncompressed versions, like they are the like they're the wave files. If you could send a wave file, send a wave file. If you send an uncompressed video, send an uncompressed video. Like it's only to your benefit when you're sending that to a client, even if you have an additional 5% working in your favor.
There's another thing that I've seen too. Some people will use SoundCloud, which is it's like just for queuing, just for deliveries.
So I think that is very legitimate, especially if you're doing demos. If you're a songwriter or a producer and you have like these albums organized in private links on SoundCloud, I have seen a lot of people say Dropbox or SoundCloud. Like they don't say don't send it on SoundCloud. SoundCloud is very easy to access on the phone.
Right.
It responds very quickly. It's been tested with time. You know, like everyone loves SoundCloud.
And the other thing for video, I've seen people use Vimeo. They use private Vimeo because Vimeo is more curated for higher quality videos than YouTube. When Justin put me onto Vimeo, I was like, what the are you on, bro? Like, this is like just Daily Motion. Like, I thought Vimeo was a scam. I was like, this is garbage.
Oh my God.
I started looking at Vimeo and I was like, it blew my mind.
Sometimes I have to ask people, I'm like, is this a scam? Like, I'll just find something. I'll be like, am I getting scammed right now? Like, is this real? I don't know whether the ad or whatever this is. I don't know if it's real or not. There's so much AI stuff coming out.
Oh, man. Anyway,
by the way, you think
Vimeo's good
you think
for
AI is going to
delivering
take our jobs? I really don't think so.
No.
I really don't think so. I think if you care about your music, you'll probably
dude, I was on
hire someone that has your artistic vision.
I was on Facebook this morning. I just go on there every once in a while just to see, just to get a little taste.
Yeah.
And there was like a very clearly AI generated picture, like where it's like the image, but then in the image there's also spirals like hidden in the image, and then all the comments were like, "Wow, this looks so cool." And like from a boomer, and then the message under that, "This is made by AI. Don't get tricked by this." And then the comment that they replied to under that, they're like, "I hate AI," or something like, "This is terrible. Why are they trying to lie to us?" It's like, bro, it's just AI. Like, come on. Anyway, one last thing before we end this episode.
You just said one last thing before this.
I know, but then I was like, the file thing I wanted to addendum. This is the actual last thing. Dune 2. Oh my gosh, maybe the greatest movie I've ever seen.
It was good.
And I feel like everybody is gaslighting me because I've only spoke to one other person, two other people that loved it as much as I did.
Oh yeah.
I
thought it was really good.
Everybody else was giving it like a 8.5, 8.5. You know what's crazy? My roommate's brother gave it a 4 out of 5 on Letterboxd. I'm watching you. Okay? I'm scanning these Letterboxd reviews. Give it a 4 out of 5. Next day, gave every Planet of the Apes movie a 5 out of 5. I was like, I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my mind.
Are you gonna watch the new Planet of the Apes?
Bro. I haven't seen the other ones. I watched the first. I watched the first one, and then I
used to have the DVD.
Is James Franco still in them, even though he's blacklisted?
I don't know. I don't
know.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. Second movie.
I don't remember seeing him.
He was in the first movie.
No, in the ad for the new. Like, there's a new one coming. I don't know if I saw.
But he was in the first one, right?
He was in like the first two. He's like the protagonist.
Yeah. Well, the protagonist is the monkey. Caesar.
In the second ones, he sort of is. Not the first. The first like newer one, he's like. It's more like James Franco, and then he eventually turns more into a person. I haven't seen it in a while.
Those have Chiwetel Ejiofor.
Listen, I don't know what you're saying right now. I watched that movie 7 years ago.
Dune 2, if you haven't seen it, is the greatest theater experience of your life. I promise you.
I have a hot take on Dune 2.
Okay.
I enjoyed the movie. I
already don't like I don't like this already.
A lot. I really like sci-fi. So as just a person who enjoys sci-fi, I had a great time.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like a long movie. It felt like it could have gone on forever. I really enjoyed the
I wanted 3 more hours.
Yeah, I enjoyed the scenery. I enjoyed everything.
The atmosphere, the vibe.
Yeah. One thing is that I didn't Timothée Chalamet and Zendaya. As like younger, more modern actors, the way that they portray anger is just slightly cheesy, but I'm okay because sci-fi is always cheesy. It's fine. But I thought Timothée Chalamet, other than like sort of getting angry,
it was his yelling. His yelling put me out.
Yeah, it's like it's fine. Like it's not that compelling. It's not that cool. Whatever. I thought it was a little cheesy, but he does a great job with everything else. He did a great job in the role. I even enjoyed like the first one. Not that this first one was better than the second one, but my first experience of watching the first one was amazing. I love coming out of the theater. I thought it was awesome. I thought it was so cool. I love slow movies too. So if you say you thought a movie was slow, you didn't get the movie. And then especially if it's like a well-known movie.
Me when I watch a 4-hour Taiwanese drama.
Listen. My other comment is at AMC theaters. I don't know what you guys think is like a normal volume for a movie.
Oh my god!
This is the first time I've watched IMAX with the lasers or whatever. No, there's loud. IMAX with the lasers. Dune 2 IMAX with lasers. Drop it down like 10 dBs, guys. it was like in I had to wear earplugs during the movie. My ears were ringing. I looked at the people around me, they were like shocked by the volume of the movie. Drop it down a little bit. The whole point of having a high-end theater is to have controlled balance and dynamics.
Which theater did you watch it at?
I watched it in the one in Burbank. I think it's like AMC 16. Listen, I understand that people like loud things.
Yeah.
But even my girlfriend who was next to me is like, this is insane volume. Our seats were, the movie theater was shaking. The bad part is that you can't hear anything that they're saying because there's so much sub that you can't understand the dialogue. You almost want subtitles.
You know what
it's
the
so
difference?
loud.
You know what the difference might have
I
been?
thought it would have been better in a normal theater.
I think maybe the IMAX volume is different from the normal theater
That's
volume.
what I'm saying.
But not every IMAX is made the same way.
Oh yeah,
so
no,
when
my friend
I
told me
watched
that as
it,
well.
when I watched it in City Walk,
Right.
in like the massive,
It's a bigger
IMAX,
theater. Mine was a big theater as well, but that's a very
that's
big
like
theater.
one of the biggest in the world.
Yeah,
and
it's
so
huge.
like watching it in there, I felt like the volume was certainly loud, but it wasn't like
I couldn't hear
unbearably
anything.
loud.
No, it was unbearably loud. Also, I have slightly sensitive ears because we work with the audio all the time, but it's also like I could tell other people were also uncomfortable. Like my chair was shaking. Did your chair shake?
Yeah.
My chair was
the
like
whole point.
shaking. But that's to say that I can't hear what's going on in the movie.
Hans Zimmer throwing in the 808s.
Okay, I don't want to comment on Hans Zimmer.
What, you didn't
I
like
thought it was
it?
good. I thought it was a good score. I didn't think it was
we
crazy.
talked about
Yeah,
this
I didn't think it was a
already. We
crazy
talked about
score. I
this
felt like it was. I understand what is happening. I just thought like I wanted a little more out of it. Like I thought it was slightly repetitive.
I'll throw in Worm Ride.
I thought it was
right
slightly
here. Worm Ride.
That was good. That was my favorite one. But I thought that the other ones, it was like maybe it wasn't intended to have that much variation. Maybe it was intended to be sort of like the same.
Diegetic is what I wanted to say.
Sure, but I wanted something different out of it. Maybe it's also because I was so thrown off by the sheer aggression from the volume of the movie. I'm telling you, I couldn't hear what was being said. Because there's scenes where they just yell things, and the sub is so loud that you literally can't understand what they're saying from the music and the sub of the voice. So
yeah, dude, I don't know. I didn't have that same experience. Maybe we just need to go rewatch it.
I'm down. I'm
Really?
honestly down. I'll
feel
watch it in
I
another
feel like
theater.
it would change your.
Yeah, I'll watch it in
it
another
would change
theater.
your
I'll bring my
experience for
earplugs just
sure.
in case. Anyways, that was fun. That was a little tangent. I'm glad we talked
Oh,
about it though,
man.
because I've been wanting to get that
Dune
off my
2, what
chest.
maybe
It was great. I really enjoyed it.
my last thing.
I have to leave.
Dune 2, one of those movies that makes you want to be a better person. All right, that's it. We're out of here. Thank you much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. Glad to be back in the thick of it. Back in the swing of things.
Yeah.
Also, we're recording with the DJ at
Oh yeah,
Labs,
if you didn't
right?
realize our yours is blinking, I think slightly.
No.
But I just saw a blink. If you didn't notice, both me and Matchi were very irresponsible, mostly me, and not grabbing the microphones for some reason. It's been so busy. We didn't even know what day. I didn't even know I was gonna record today. But so we're using Labs. Hopefully, this isn't the worst thing you've ever heard.
Yeah.
And if it sounds amazing, just know that I'm great at my job.
I woke up and chose violence this morning. I wanted to yell at you, and I didn't. So
Why?
I don't know. I was just like irrationally upset. 'cause
You
I
do
was
that
tired.
sometimes when you wake up.
I know, because I don't get enough sleep, and then I get mad.
I slept at like 3:30 in the morning. I woke up at 9.
Yeah, dude. Okay, one last thing. I had a guy calling me this morning. I'm like, random number. He calls me. He goes, "Hey, Matchi." I'm like, "What's up?" He's like, "This is da da da." I'm like, "Oh, what's up, man?" He's like, "Hey, do you want to manage my studio today?" I'm like, sorry, I can't. I'm in North Hollywood."
What?
Oh man, so that woke me up. Literally, the first thing I said to anyone this morning was that conversation. I was like, "What is happening?" Like, you
So-
cannot talk to me. Like there's like a 2-hour buffer period.
I know.
After
I try
I
not
wake up, then
waking
I
you up because I
cannot.
know you're sort of a loser when you wake up. You're a big time loser.
Dude, my brain, like, it's a new thing. I'm aging, and I just the word doesn't work.
Thank you so much for watching.
Oh, yeah, don't do it.
What? Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, please leave 5-star reviews on Google and on whatever. What else do you say?
Apple Podcasts,
Apple
and
Podcasts
Spotify
and
Podcasts.
Spotify Podcasts. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. The videos look great. They're really fun. We do
in the
things
thick of
in
it.
the background that you don't notice on the audio. Like we have entertainment behind us. We have professional dancers. We have clowns.
Yeah, there was some lizards fighting back there earlier. If you guys
Lizard
didn't see
people.
it.
So
That's
yeah,
the
go
first
watch
time we
it.
talked
Go
about
go watch it on YouTube. And if you want to ask us any questions for the podcast, feel more than free to message us on Instagram. My @ is mixing.waves, waves WAVS, and yours is
Obscure Matchi, OBSCUREMATCHI.
Obscure Matchi. Yeah, we love answering questions. We love giving advice on whatever we have experienced. If you are going through similar things and need someone to share that with, please reach out. And
Yalla bye.